Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, before we begin, it's of course a very intense day, Mars retrograde, but I have tons of things to tell you, and especially I will be giving you a way to appease Yama, who is the deity of Bharani, his wife. So I would love for, what is this, allow gifts now suddenly. Opt out to get a 1 month gift membership. Oh, wow, okay. Now, very, very intense time now, today especially. And I'm sure you're feeling it. If you have not checked out my Mars retrograde report, please do so. But without wasting any more time, I'd like to straight jump into the astrology, and dive deep, deep. So this is happening in Bharani Nakshatra. Bharani Nakshatra being in Sidereal Aries, and the ruler of Sidereal Aries is Mars, and the ruler of Bharani is Venus. Alright, so Mars and Venus together, the male-female principle, alright, the phallic as well as the yoni, alright, together. So what do we get? Creation. Very interestingly, the symbol for Bharani is the yoni, alright, the Bharani Nakshatra ruled by Yama, and yoni births and Yama is the god of death. So you can see this kind of dichotomy play through. Okay, Mars cuts, Venus mends. Again, a tremendous polarity plays through this nakshatra. And, you know, sometimes we just don't realize what's happening with this nakshatra, right? What is happening with this nakshatra? And now the most important mudra for this is the yoni mudra, right? Although I'm not supposed to really show this mudra, especially in front of the Sri Medu like this in a video, but I mean, I just felt like showing you the mudra, all right? A little hidden, but it's there. The yoni mudra. Now, the yoni mudra cannot cannot be. Pluto is like Yama. Yama is Saturn's brother. So there's tremendous death energy right now. Endings, new beginnings. Mars, ruler of Aries, now retrograding. All right, in Taurus, the place of Venus, firecrackers, you know. Wow. Firecrackers, like, you know, just inexplicable scenarios. Easier yoni mudra is this. This is the easier yoni mudra. This one can do without any guru or without initiation in Sri Vidya. But the one we were talking about is Sarva Yoni Mudra. Alright, Sarva Yoni Mudra. Now that only can be learned after energy transference or Shaktipat through a guru in the Sri Vidya tradition. So you guys can practice the simple Yoni Mudra, and that is the symbol of Bharani, the Yoni. And interestingly, we have Mars now going retrograde, and you know, we've got Venus also is not in a really great place, but we will get to all of the planetary positions. Some very eccentric stuff is happening on this particular day of the eclipse, and I will get straight to that. And I will also teach you how to appease Yama through his wife Ghumorni. I will teach you Munda Mudra, and I will teach you Ghumorni Bij, as well as a very powerful Prayoga. Bharani comes with its set of enemies, internal as well as external. So how can we work through those enemies? How can we, you know, better adapt to life? because with Yama on one hand and the Martian energy on the other, and we're being pulled back and forth, birth, death, birth, death, birth, death, twilight zone in the middle, right? Bharani is a very difficult, Ugra Nakshatra, very difficult energy to balance. It's not like, oh, Kamal, just sail through the park. No, it's not like that. And there are three faint stars actually that constitutes Bharani. Is Musca Borealis, 35, 39 and 41 Ariatis, and these form a triangle. That's why the Yoni. So for all the people, Yoni Mudra, this is normal Yoni Mudra. Alright, and for those people looking to dig deep, 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 then you will form the Sarvayoni Mudra only under the Guru's instructions. And please don't ask me that can I do it. I've just clearly explained in this, what you can do and what you can't do. Like, it's so many irrelevant messages, I've very clearly, lucidly explained it to you. And for the first time, all this kind of knowledge is being given in English, lucid English that you can understand, right? So, English being a universal language, everybody can understand this and gain something from this. So, they form a triangle, a triad again. Very powerful the triangle is. Now, very kind of iconoclastic yet traditional. Karl Marx, this was his nakshatra. So his ideologies, dialectics were rather revolutionary, but he was a hardcore traditionalist when it came to certain things. So this is the kind of energy with Bharani. And Bharani being Yama's domain, there's always this kind of death energy. And I don't mean physical death only, right? And, I watched a series recently, and the girl who had died left a message for someone. And she said that, look up in the sky, baby, for I have turned supernova. And I mean, death is just the way you look at it, honestly, right? Death is an ending. And finally, scientists are discovering that in the quantum field, death does not exist per se, right? I mean, what happens to us? What happens to this consciousness? It gets consumed by the oversoul, right? By the oversoul of Emerson, right? Or by Paramatman, the Atman gets consumed, or the Atman subsumes itself within the Paramatman, right? So this is very, very important to understand death and what death means to you, right? And Bharani means she who bears. So, the Yoni, the Sarvayoni Mudra is such a powerful mudra if done correctly, especially for women who, need to increase the Shakti energy inside and they feel powerless, infertility, menopause, just so much that can be done with the Sarvayoni Mudra. So this is a very interesting thing, and this Mars-Venus influence on this particular individual of Bharani. And as we are nearing the eclipse, right? Eclipses, the moon is being eclipsed, and the moon being us common people. Moon, the mind, the intellect, emotions, right? Our feelsy side. All of this is getting eclipsed right now. And Bharani, inability to communicate, right? Not a place, Mars, sign, Venus, Mars together, There's always this polarity playing on this particular Bharani native. Or when we have, say, a collective Bharani experience, like we are about to have right now, collectively. Now Yama, death. Right? Yama is death. And he's actually the agent of Lord Shiva, and he's the brother of Shani. Karma and death. How connected are they? Through cycles of birth and rebirth and resurrection. Yeah, I already made a Mars retrograde, so please have a look at that. Now, Yama also means the binder, he who binds things, binds souls, right? And also when we do in Hatha Yoga practice, we often, when we hold breath in Kumbhak, we have a Yama experience. These are subtle, things about Laya Yoga and Ashtanga Mahayoga that if practiced, these secrets will be revealed to you. Now, the etheric plane, the astral plane, this is Yama's domain, right? This is Yama's domain. And Yama is the connection between one incarnation to the other. That is why he binds karma. So that's why Bharani comes with a heavy dose of ancestral karma, heavy dose of past life karma. Very ugra, it's a very harsh nakshatra, all right? And truthfulness, definitely, self-sacrifice, virtue, very much present in Bharani. But there's also a very dark side of Bharani, which can result in tremendous mental problems. I won't say delinquency, but mental problems, right? So definitely yoga, Ayurveda, sadhana are the ways for Bharani to balance itself. Otherwise, believe me, it's gonna be hard. And Sun is in fall position in Libra right now, and actually Sun's exaltation is Aries, where lies Bharani. So there is an intimate connection with Sun. And what is Sun? Sun is the reason why we incarnate, our soul's purpose. So see how these things are threaded together, these ideas, these concepts are threaded together in the tapestry of ancient knowledge. And how once we look through, we scrutinize, we can see so much more coming through, right? So this is the energy of Bharani. There's just so much coming through. There is a hardcore creative side to this, Mars, Venus, but a lot of spiritual discipline is needed to bring this creative trait into manifestation. It is not like, oh, I come, I pick up the guitar and I start playing, and I find a band and I start jamming with them, I get gigs, I go around, play around. No. A Bharani native will have a complicated relationship to something she or he loves. And this complication will in itself be the remedy. It's like little love and hate disparity that will play through Bharani native's life like a bittersweet symphony. So you have to take it with a pinch of salt. You have to understand, accept this energy, right? And once you accept it, and today I will teach you how to appease Yamaraja's wife, Ghumorni. And once you can appease Ghumorni, then if you are a Bharani native, your life is easier, much easier. All right. So pioneering, definitely Aries, new beginnings, always new beginnings, new situations, a new way to look at life, new way to experience life, sexual, and that Mars and Venus together can result in different types of sexuality. Doesn't have to be heterosexual, heteronormative with missionary. It can be, LGBTQ, it can be, S&M, it can be different. The sexuality of Bharani is very, very interesting because both Mars and Venus And of course, depending upon the placement of Mars and Venus, you will be able to better understand that sexual component to a moon, especially a moon, and also an ascendant, of course. Now, and of course, the motivation for this nakshatra is artha. Purushartha is artha. So, money, finances. Now, Bharani people donating to a spiritual cause, donating something is very, very important. Whether it is, a buck also, it's good. Whether it's just a bag of fries to someone. Donations are very important. And there is also a lot of struggle, strife, suffering with Bharani. You feel like, you're trying hard, you're trying, just nothing is goddamn working out. That kind of energy is there. And this fierce, this ugra side to Bharani can suddenly manifest. And this ugra side, and there's always Mars-Venus dichotomy playing. So there's an ugra side, but we are not ready to acknowledge it. Why? Because of Venus. We want it to be sweet. And we are not ready to acknowledge that ugra side. And then again, of course, if you don't acknowledge it, it only comes back at you, So the balance must be there. What is real, what is not real to you? Impatience, yes, very, very impatient. Now, Bharani is the star of restraint. So all I can tell you guys is that meditation practices are a must for you guys. Mantra, if you can't get into dhyana effortlessly, then mantra, figuring out how to work with the deity you are connected to or you feel connected to, right? So this is a very important part. Spiritual, and there can be arrogance, resentment, a lot of even confinement. Confinement is a big issue with Bharani natives. Being confined or being forced to be confined, looking after someone and being confined. Freedom is not there, that is something. And impatience can be very judgmental, harsh, when, looking at another person's situation. But you want that person to look at your situation with like, oh my God, poor thing. But you are not ready to do that. So this is a side that, has to be controlled, Manushya. So they're very human-like. They love human affairs. Some of you may be interested in, oh my God, the diya just went off. Some of you may be interested in politics, human conditions, situations like, Venus and that Bharani has, because of the yoni, all kinds of creative things. Also food and sustenance, very much so, growing. That's a very important part of Bharani. Indulgences in sexuality. Vanity, narcissism can be accompanied by insecurities. So at one point you're like, I'm like the sex god out there and I'm going to take it away. That's how you feel one moment. And bam, next moment you're like, I don't know what to do. I feel so desolate. I have nothing in my life. I have no one in my life. What to do, right? So this is there. That has to be balanced. Wealth is very important to Bharani natives. A good social standing, that Venus kind of demands it, Male elephant. Male elephant is the animal associated to Bharani. So Ganpati prayers are going to be very powerful. Learning how to pray to Ganpati properly and understanding his secrets. A directionality west. So if you're doing any prayers for Venus, then you face west. And what is Venus's mudra? I've taught you guys before, Shukra mudra. Just hold like that. Om Dram Dream Drom Sa Shukraya Namaha. Deep breath, okay? Mouth closed, deep breath. Shukra Mudra, apply Shukra Mudra. Om Dram Dream Drom Saha Shukraya Namaha. But before you apply mudra, before you start Venus's mantra, Om Drang Dream Drom Sa Shukraya Namaha. Before you start all this, sit down in Padmasana. Get an asana always. Don't sit on the bare floor. I've taught you guys all this. But for those who are new here, always sit in an asana to do spiritual work. Take 10 deep breaths. First apply Shukra Mudra and then take a deep breath. Hold it in. Slowly release. Then again, take a deep breath. Hold it in for as long as you can. Physically possible, but don't like choke there or do anything silly. But just like, hold it at least 10 counts. Got it? 1, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, tick, tick. 2, tick, tick. 3, tick, tick. 4. Alright? If you can't hold it for 10 counts, hold it for 5. Then build up practice. Do pranayam after you've applied Shukra Mudra. And Venus, if you're going to appease Venus, don't be dirty. Be well dressed. Be clean. Apply unguents, because I don't use harsh chemical perfumes. I make my own perfumes with very high quality rose essential oil and beeswax. I melt them together and I apply them all over here, and you do the same. To appease Venus or Shukra, one needs to be clean, tidy. Start cleaning your house before the eclipse. You have 8 days, 8 days, approx. Clean your house. Throw away what you don't need. Offer it to people that you can offer it to. Find people who you can give your old clothes, your old shoes, whatever it is that you're not touching and using. Please get rid of this. Bharani eclipse, it's time to let go. It's time to let go. So clean your house. This is the first dictum. Clean your house. Get yourself, for men, just sit bare body. Women also, you can sit bare body. Or you can just wear a sari. Get a cotton sari, nothing heavy, just like this, red color. Red is Mars, whitish, this milky color is Venus. So this is a good combination, this milky kind of color with this off-whitey color with red. So it keeps the Bharani players happy. And take a deep breath and of course apply Shukra Mudra. Remember Shukra Mudra, hold it like this, Shukra Mudra, you can even hold it like that, whatever works for you. 10 pranayams, alright, deep breaths. And once you are done, then you can just face west and say Om Dram Dream Drom Saha Shukraya Namaha. Even if it is 11 times, you shouldn't be like on the phone, there's a text, none of that. You close your phone, you don't pick up any calls, you don't check social media. You are now with yourself. And spending this time with yourself is very healing. Believe me, it's very healing. And you will be able to balance yourself with the Bharani eclipse that's coming. Start cleaning your house today. Alright? That's very, very important. Now, it's a Rajasic. So, action oriented. So you want to do something, Rajasic. Very good time to do sadhana. Indeed. You can get Tarpan done. Mars is retrograde. Water magic will be very healing. Will balance Pitta. So, Tarpan is very, very powerful practice right now. and it's happening at 21 degrees of Aries, where the moon is, and the sun is at 21 degrees Libra, in its detriment, in its most difficult position. Venus's place again, and sun is in Venus's place, and Venus rules the nakshatra, right? Now there is something very, very interesting going on, right? Moon and Uranus are exactly conjunct on the 22nd degree as we experience the eclipse, right? So the moon is just met the sun eclipse, been eclipsed, and she just immediately meets Uranus or Prajapati. Uranus is Prajapati energy, Brahma energy, creation. So this is at approximately 6 p.m. India time. So check local timing for this exact time when Moon and Uranus are exactly conjunct. It's very important. And this during the eclipse actually. And this Mercury and Sun are together, so Mercury is combust at 21 Libra. Rahu is not very far away, my friend, is 18 degrees, right? And this tells me, thank you, this tells me that all of these alignments are screaming one thing, that is birth. It is the most difficult time in a mother's life, is the birthing process. I mean, I've heard women say, oh, I've had it easy, and great. I have faced a really difficult birthing situation. So birth what needs to be birthed, all right? And, you know, like a mother, no matter how much pain she experiences, people around her like push, shove, do that, you know, scream. No matter how much people tell her, but the pain she has to experience. And even if it's a C-section, the next morning, when, not even next morning, in a few hours, the doctor dumps her with the baby. And when she gets up, just tries to sit up, that pain, she realizes that birthing process, even if she's, you know, and nowadays they don't knock you out completely. So you're like kind of in the twilight zone while they're hacking you down. So it's, the birthing process is never easy. I mean, kudos to those women who've had an easy birthing process, but not easy. Aries, you know, the smell of spring, new beginnings. Mars ruled, Mars who is now retrograde for the next 5 months. And this is also during the Sandhi period. I said a week before and a week after, when Mars is in the Sandhi period. So there's 1 degree Gemini crossing over into a Taurus, and that gap between the two signs, that spiritual, physical, mental gap, that is activated, Sandhi period. So it's a very difficult time during this eclipse. It's just like 8 days that Mars, so it's still the twilight zone for Mars, remember that. So sudden, and Moon being with Uranus, my God, we are good. Oh my God, all the best, many blessings. So you're gonna face sudden experiences, sudden events, sudden complications, sudden issues, sudden health complications, rebellious nature, rebellion, just kids, subordinates at work, you know, it's chaotic, online complications, Moon Uranus, Moon normal people, Uranus internet. So many people will just go viral, and many people, the YouTubers may face challenges, like, you know, some YouTuber says something dumb and they lose their channel and all their subscribers. This kind of stuff, weird stuff, wacky stuff. Somebody doing something and they get caught on live, and, you know, something disastrous happens. So like that, like, you can't say it. Unconventional, rebellious, unexpected, right? Rahu is also about subversion, breaking rules, obsessiveness. Rahu is the head of the dragon, head of the dragon. And head of the dragon means that always hungry. There's no body to digest this. What do you do to that? Just hungry, hungry, insatiable. Give me more, give me more, give me more. I want more, 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 more. You know, in last, I think, I don't know, when Pepsi or Coke had Ye Dil Mange More, the ad slogan. So this is like Rahu's like Ye Dil Mange More. More, 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 right? How much more? You also have to be able to digest it. Do you really want more? So, obsessiveness, paranoia, mental delinquencies, all of this. And moon, mother, mind, nurturing, breasts, fields, you know, our mental interface. So all of this is really activated emotionally, emotional fluctuations, right? So that is definitely something to think about with the moon there. So what I feel with this Uranus and the moon, it is definitely a rebirthing of the mind, our ideas, our, you know, relationships, how we feel. I think Uranus and Prajapati is giving us the ability to reset something about the mind, rebirth the mind, restructure the mind, reset the mind, right? Something like that. A new unexpected chain of thoughts, right? New unexpected chain of thoughts. Shocked mind for some people. They'll just be shocked out of their heads. So that's one thing. And new beginnings, per se. I mean, whether you want to accept it or not, whether you like it or not, whether, you know, you're happy with it or not, new beginnings. So, yeah, it's like that, insatiable, right? So, Bharani, Venus, where is Venus? Venus is in Libra, in a planetary war with Ketu, Mercury and Sun. So Venus is pretty much combust all month, right? So there. And this creates peculiar problems for governments in power, all right? And people are going to revolt, people will rebel. Thank you so much. Please consider becoming a member of my channel, all right? Even if it is in the most basic level. I can't do this work if I don't get support, all right? And I don't make any money from YouTube. So I actually had a student and I had to request my student that, can you please give me this time off so I can get on YouTube and make these videos. So kindly consider, if you like this kind of content and you want more, you want me to be able to, you know, come on over here and give you all this, and please become a member of the channel. Consider it like taking me out for a coffee. Okay. Now, so Venus is combust all month with Mercury, Ketu, with Ketu, Mercury, Suns, like, right? So, and Venus is with Ketu, so that's kind of like difficult, right? And Venus is then giving us the energy of the eclipse because she rules Bharani. So Sarvayoni Mudra, learning to work with the deity Ganpati. Bharani symbol is male elephant. So working with Ganpati, even getting a puja done for yourself if you can't do the puja. So governments are going to fall. I mean, with US things, I was just looking at, even this Mars retrograde, it's going to cause a lot of havoc in the US elections. A lot of problems, a lot of subversion, people in the government working against one another, lies, deceit, a lot of, I will be saying what to do. No, we will pray to Yama's wife, Ghumorni. And I've already said how. I will tell you later. After I've completed, I will tell you Ghumorni beach, how to chant Ghumorni beach. And I will also tell you a prayoga. Alright? Now, eclipses will reveal. They will reveal. They are like God's footprints in time, if one can say that. You know, eclipses. So, yeah, there'll be a lot of revelations. Some good, some bad, some ugly, some necessary, some healing, some disastrous. But that's life, right? That is life. An admixture of all that together. And somehow this last eclipse in Swati, to write this eclipse, right? It is going to feel like a birthing canal, or like when the baby comes out finally, it's going to feel like that. So just go on the journey, take it like a journey, like a quest, right? If I can call it a quest. Think of it as a portal to rebirth your mind, to reset your mind. After all, we can reset our phones, our computers, and why can't we reset our mind, right? So that's something to think about. For some people, this will be a huge boost of personal and spiritual growth. Powerful boost will come for some people. Allow yourself to receive. All right? But first is preparing yourself to receive. How? If you don't feel you deserve it, then you don't want to receive, and somehow that becomes a pattern. You want to receive because you are doing the best you can. If you're not, then do the best you can. Allow deeper levels within to be available through upasana, only upasana. Pranayam, tratak, mudra, nyas, mantra, pancha puja. For pancha puja is not just taking the sandalwood and putting it on Ganpati. No. We say Om Lang Prithvyatmikayai Shri Uchishta Ganapatim Prityarthe Gandham Samarpayami. That means we activate the Prithvi Tattva, the earth element, through the Bijakshar Lam. Lam. So we utter the Bij Lam and we offer Gandham or smell. But it is not just the outward sandalwood, just the outward smell. It is the inner smell. Is there a garbage festering in there? Or have you grown a beautiful garden? Your smell, and I don't mean external smell of your body. Your inside, the smell that you have, that permeates from your being. You offer Ganpati that with Lam. Your smell. There's a garbage inside, clean it up. Clean it up, purify it, burn it out. And then say Lam, Lam. And if you don't have Ganpati, just offer sandalwood right here. When we say Hum, we offer flowers. Hum Akashatattvatmikayai Shri Uchishta Ganapatim Prityarthe Pushpai Pujayami. But this is just an external flower. But what are we really offering here? Internal. The flowers of the chakras. They are open with love, with kindness. And that is what we offer when we say Hum. So each part of the Pancha Puja has a meaning. Each part has a significance. So once understood, these practices can be life-changing. Young, thank you, young Vayu Tattvatmikayai Shri Uchishta Ganapatim Prityate Dhupam Agrapayami. That means with the Bij mantra Yang or Yam, we offer you the flames of the incense, right? Vayu communication. When you send an email, just say Yum, 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 send an email. Let the communication go out. So everything has a meaning. It's not some idol that we have just made of Panchalokam and we just put there and we just, pray to the idol. We don't pray to the idol. The idol is established with our love, with our devotion, with our dedication, with everything that we have inside of us. So, Upasana is the only way you can reach such deep levels within. Okay? Don't allow the mind or your feelings to be eclipsed. Don't allow, if you are feeling resentful, maybe not start a fight, but write it out in your journal, or maybe write out a letter to your husband if you're feeling upset with your husband. If your mother-in-law is behind your backside at home, maybe go to your mom's place for 2 days, right? If you just need to take a break from your spouse and you feel like, oh my God, I just need a break, then take a break, go somewhere with your friends. You don't have the ability to do that, find some time, go for a walk in the nearby park. Just take a walk. Simple. Read a book. At this point, if you're angry, resentful, no matter what you're doing, it's failing, you just need to chill at that point. Take a deep breath, Shukra Mudra. I release, I release, I release. Right? Enlarge your sense of self. Watch this whole thing after. I've already explained it. And I've also got a video on Bharani. So check that out. Now, enlarge your sense of self. Who are you? Who am I? What is my essence? So enlarge your sense of self. Meditate, write, pick up an instrument, develop an interest, go on YouTube, learn how to play it. You can do anything. Look up at the stars. Try to spot the constellations. See if you can see Mars, if you can see Venus. Write poetry, sing a song, learn a language, right? So, enlarge your sense of self. Expand, definitely I just said, but also contract. Contract, right? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Sing to your beautiful self. Also contract, know when to contract and when to expand. Just be aware. Mantras will change your frequency at this time. So getting the correct mantra is the key to expanding your sense of self. Getting deeper into yourself. Those deep layers that I spoke about that you need access to, mantras can help you with that. So you can apply any of the 14 Ganapati mudras. Today I've made small little short videos on Ganapati mudras. But one is Danta Mudra. This is not an obscene gesture again. I know in the Western world this is an obscene gesture, but in our tantric system, this is a very powerful gesture. This. You can practice this mudra, 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 you can practice this mudra. So you can practice this, you can practice this. So there's just so many mudras. This Padma mudra, Chakra mudra. All these mudras you can practice of Ganpati. It'll be amazing. Especially this Shukra mudra. And you can apply any of the mudras. You can do any of the mudras and just say Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. Alright, or you can do Mahaganapati Mula Mantra. Om Shrim Hrim Klim Glaum Ganganapate Varavarata Sarvajanam Me Vashamanaye Swaha. Alright, or Shuklam Varadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayat Sarva Vignopa Shantaye. Alright, any of these dhyana shlokas, applying any of the mudras that I showed you, will bring a great, it is Sanskrit. Alright, now done, and then I would suggest as many of you can start the worship of Ganpati from today. Sunday is a great day to start. Alright. Start, yes, very good, very good. I love it when I get people cross-culturally to, comprehend and understand. I mean, it's just so happy when that happens. So, allow Ganpati's bija. Gam, glaum, geen, goom, glaum, all of that. Allow that to change your frequency and usher in the evolution. Worship of Bhuvaneshwari. Bhuvaneshwari is associated to moon. So Bhuvaneshwari mantra, bij, ring. So ring, practice. If you're not initiated, don't say ring, say reem. Reem, reem. Sorry, okay? Bhuvaneshwari. And please set intentions for the eclipse. Renounce whatever is emotionally not serving you. Clean the house and donate something to charity. Okay, now before I end this, the most important way to appease Lord Yama is through his wife Ghumorni. Alright, and Ghumorna actually is her name, and the mantra is Om Hreem, Om Hreem Ghum Dhumorne Phat Swaha. Alright, and this is the Munda Mudra. Alright, this is the Munda Mudra. This, the skull, Munda Mudra. Alright, so apply Munda Mudra, apply on Manipur, Munda Mudra, and you just say Om Hreem Gang Ghumorne Phat Swaha. Alright, or if you can't remember the whole mantra, do pranayam, apply Munda Mudra and say Om Gham Gham Ghumorni So gham. Alright, and if you're looking for protection, Om Ghang Vo Shatta. Om Gham Vo Shatta with Munda Mudra. And if you're looking to offer something, thank you. If you're looking to offer something, Amit, I know you like reading my books. I have just, I'm going to release my Sri Vidya introductory book, and it's up for pre-booking, by the way. All right, $13. The price will go up as I release. So pre-booking $13. Consider that. Munda Mudra. Gang, gang, om, gam, swaha. If you're offering something to Yamraj and Gumorni, if you're not offering something to Yamraj and Gumorni and you want protection, then wo shat. Alright, if you're just paying obeisance to them, then om, gang, namaha. Some say ghum, some say gham. Alright, you can say gham, gham Gumorni, or ghum Gumorni, and then you say Voshat. Alright, so this is very powerful to do, and Yamaraj will protect you. Alright, just by doing Bijakshara sadhana of Gumorni, Yamraj gets very happy, pleased. Alright, and another thing is that if somebody fears an untimely death, say suddenly they had a heart attack, and say your husband just suddenly had a heart attack and you don't know what to do this and set intention or sankalpa before, very simply, that please Mata Gumorni, protect me, protect my husband, protect my child if your child is sick. One thing, don't do this in your puja place. Gumorni sadhana is not to be done in your puja place. Do it in any other room, on the floor, in a garden outside, wherever. Munda Mudra and Om Ghum Gumorne Namaha or Swaha, Voshat, or anything that you want. Alright. So this thing, and if you have especially those people who have enemies, right now, if you have enemies, then take a white paper, get a charcoal pen. Alright, get a charcoal pen and write down the name of your enemy. And after you have finished with this Gumorni sadhana, and you must do this at least for 10 minutes, 11 minutes. Om Ghum Gumorni Voshat Om Gham. You can say Gham or Ghum. Om Gham Gumorni Swaha. Om Gham Gumorni Namaha. Right? So, if you can pay obeisance to Gumorni, Gumorna is Yamaraj's wife. She is known as the death-giving Devi. So, it's, if you don't know it, I told you the name Ghumorna. Ghumorna. Her name is Ghumorna. She is the Shakti of Yamaraj. Ghumorna. Alright? Oh, yeah, very good. If you don't know the name of the enemy, very good question. If you don't know the name of your enemy, somebody is sending you some bad juju, you don't know who, the boss is bitchy, the other people at work are bitchy, then in that piece of paper, you write enemy. Enemy. Got it? You write enemy there. And then, now listen. After you're done with this, don't do it in your puja place. Do it somewhere else. After you're done with this on the eclipse day, with that piece of paper, you go outside your house, or if you live in a high rise, open your window and you burn it. Okay, you burn it. And once it's burnt, just simple. Now, with Ghumorni, if you call Ghumorni on a Bharani day, especially a Bharani eclipse, she will come. And even if you don't get Pratyaksha, people ask me, do I get Pratyaksha Darshan? You don't really see these divinities. They're cosmic forces, you see. They're not like men and women like you and me. They're cosmic forces who we give a name to, who we give a face to. So the experience of Pratyaksha Darshan only happens if the image has solidified in your mind. It doesn't happen out of the blue like that. Got it? But you can feel something. Because these are cosmic powers and they're aware. So you feel something suddenly. So Ghumorni sadhana for Bharani is a very, very powerful practice. This is not something you will hear in any video on YouTube on a eclipse update, which is why kindly consider supporting the channel. Become a member of the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, share, of course. And if you're new to my channel and if you don't know me, check out like 2,000 odd videos I've put out there in the void. If you want to work with Ganapati, then drop me an email, tina@tinaheals.com, and I'll happily guide you through it. There he is, and let us end. Do not, even if you forget the Munda Mudra, don't forget this. Think of blah, 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 Shukra Mudra, blah, 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 close. Pointing towards you like that, Manipura, or you can even put it like that, or you can even put it like that, in dhyana like that on your thing, okay? So this is entirely up to you. This is one mudra you can't forget, right? And the rest, whatever you take with this, and Gam, Ganpati mantra, so this and Gam is good enough. Om Gam with this. But if you really want to up your spiritual game, then I suggest that call upon Mata Ghumorna. For Mata Ghumorna is the Shakti of Yamraj. And as I said, male-female polarities play out everywhere, like the North Pole and the South Pole. And you know, thank you so much, Amit. Do consider please becoming a permanent member of the channel, as well as the book release, pre-book Sri Vidya, Introduction to Sri Vidya. And okay, let us end this with a little meditation. So let me apply Yoni Mudra, and okay, this is Sarva Yoni Mudra in Sri Vidya. Alright? This greatly, yes, thank you. This greatly enhances the connection with creativity, with love, universal acceptance. Great powers emanate from Sri Vidya, and it is possibly the most powerful tradition out there to give you the 4 Purusharthas: Artha, Kama, Dharma, Moksha. Alright? So, much love to you guys. Coming up, tons and tons of astrological alignments, and they're going to drive us crazy. But we've got to keep it together, and we've got to continue sadhana. That is all. Rest, we leave it to divinity itself. Alright? So, deep breath. I release whatever no longer serves me. I accept what is coming to me. I receive what I am owed. I love. I respect. I accept. I self-analyze. I am compassionate. I spread love, joy, bliss, beauty. I care. I share. Keywords for Bharani eclipse. So, yeah, it's been fun talking to you, and it's almost an hour, so I'm going to end it now. And if possible, I will do a separate predictions, okay, for this eclipse with tarot, but that's later, not today. One thing is I'm doing Gita tarot every day, messages from the Bhagavad Gita, which is a very important thing to do during Kartik month, this Kartik Ma. Very important practice. Reading the Bhagavad Gita at this time, even if it's through a tarot, just listening to the messages that come will greatly expedite your spiritual journey and clear out a lot of karmic debris. So please follow the Gita tarot videos that will come to you till the end of November. Every day, one message from the Bhagavad Gita. See how that message plays out. Alright? Thank you so much. Speak soon. Take care. Bye.